आरबीआई ਦੇ ਗਵਰਨਰ ਕੁਝ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਸਿੱਧਾ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚੱਲਾਂਗੇ।
Ignited by the determination to overcome and to return to normalcy and sound health. Before I set out the measures that the Reserve Bank is proposing to undertake as part of the first part of a calibrated and comprehensive strategy against the pandemic, let me reflect on the macroeconomic and financial conditions that prevail, so that the context in which today's measures are being taken can be appreciated. The global economy is exhibiting incipient signs of recovery as countries renew their tryst with growth, supported by monetary and fiscal stimulus. Still, activity remains uneven across countries and sectors. The outlook is highly uncertain and clouded with downside risks. In April 21, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, revised up its global growth projections for 2021 to 6% from 5.5% projected in their January forecast, on the assumption that vaccines would be available in advanced economies and in some emerging market economies by the summer of 2021 and in most other countries by the second half of 22. World merchandise trade maintained its recent uptrend, growing by 5.4% in February 21 on a year-on-year basis. Consumer price inflation, CPI inflation, remains benign for major advanced economies. However, in a few EMEs, it persists above targets on account of firming global food and commodity prices. Global financial markets regained buoyancy in April on vaccine optimism after bouts of volatility in February and March, followed by corrections. Moving to domestic developments, aggregate supply conditions are underpinned by the resilience of the agriculture sector. The record food grains production and buffer stocks in 2020-21 provide food security and support to other sectors of the economy in the form of rural demand, employment, and agricultural inputs and supplies, including for exports. The forecast of a normal monsoon by the Indian Meteorological Department, IMD, is expected to sustain rural demand and overall output in 21-22, while also having soothing impact on inflation pressures. Aggregate demand conditions, particularly in contact-intensive services, are likely to see a temporary dip, depending on how the COVID situation unfolds. With restrictions and containment measures being localized and targeted, businesses and households are learning to adapt. And this is something which has been very well noticed over the last year. Even with local containment measures, businesses, small businesses, and the big businesses, big and small and medium, I think everybody has learned how to survive and how to do business in an environment of containment, in an environment when there are physical restrictions, or rather restrictions on physical movement. With restrictions and containment measures being localized and targeted, that's what I was alluding to. With restrictions and containment measures being localized and targeted, businesses and households are learning to adopt. Consequently, the dent to aggregate demand is expected to be moderate in comparison to a year ago. Reports suggest that the disruption in manufacturing units so far is minimal. Consumption demand is holding up, with sales of consumer goods rising in double digits in January to March, and average daily electricity generation up by 40% year-on-year in the month of April. Rail freight has registered growth of over 76% year-on-year in April. Toll collections in April suggest that mobility has declined, but quite unlike the abrupt halt in mobility during April last year. Registration of automobiles in April 21 has shown some moderation compared to March. The tractor segment, however, continues its robust pace. The Purchasing Managers Index, that is PMI for manufacturing, continues in expansion mode at 55.5 in April compared to 55.4 in the preceding month, that is March. Overall, the high frequency indicators are emitting mixed signals. The RBI will closely and continuously monitor all incoming data to assess on a real-time basis